Okay, here it is, the Ominus FPV. I really didn't see the need to do an entire unboxing on camera. That's simply a waste of your time watching it. I'm going to point out that as with the original Ominus, they've included everything in the box that you're going to need to fly. From the battery, the charger, batteries for the radio clip to hold your smartphone, as well as the micro SD card and the card reader. Of course, they also included an extra set of props just like before. No real surprises that Dromida has you covered. Setup is simple. Charge your flight pack, install the batteries in the radio, and insert the micro SD card in the side of the camera. Of course, I don't have to remind any of you that you do need to fly safe, you do need to fly smart. If you live in the US, don't fly within 5 miles of an airport and don't fly anything over 500 feet. If you're going to fly for commercial purposes, make sure you're fully aware of the current regulations that the FAA has, even though we all know they're subject to change at any time. Now let's get on with the flight test. I did find the new Ominus to feel just a little bit heavier than expected, but you can't add that big old camera on the bottom of it without having some performance issues noticed. They did use a higher pitched prop on this one along with a higher discharge battery. It does fly well considering the weight changes. With the FPV, you're going to notice that the FPV is somewhat challenging with this model. Because the camera is using Wi-Fi, there is a slight delay between what the model does and what you're going to see on screen. This delay is going to mean that you're probably not going to want to be flying in between the trees at high rates of speed. However, you should still be able to have some fun tweaking your skills as you decide whether or not you like the challenges of FPV flight. Recording your flights, though, that's pretty simple. On the back side of the controller, you're going to use your right finger to press a button that will start the recording. On the left side, again on the back, you're going to find a button to press to stop recording. Keep in mind you can use the app on your smartphone to start and stop recording. However, that will mean that if you're in flight, you're going to be taking your fingers off the control sticks and focusing on a small icon to stop and start recording. I suggest that you simply get in the habit of using the buttons on the back of the controller. Now the video quality is surprisingly nice. Smooth, just even with that delay, it is still a really good quality. The downside of the video is the file format. They decided for whatever reason, camera does record in .flv format, which is of course flash video. This isn't a big deal because there are some free video format converters available online that are going to allow you to convert your files to your preferred format if you are going to add them or mix them in with other videos for publication to the web or on a DVD. We've already seen the listings for replacement parts for the new Ominus. It does share some of the parts with the original Ominus, while other parts are going to be different. Availability doesn't appear to be an issue, meaning that when you do crash it, if you do break it, you will be able to fix it just as easily as the original Ominus. With all of that said, I do believe that the new Ominus FPV does have room for improvement. There are some small issues that I really don't care for, such as the 4 wires that lead to the camera could have easily been wrapped for protection. They also could have offered a better app that would allow direct recording to the phone and allowed you to choose the file format that you'd prefer. They could have also actually taken the time to develop a lighter weight camera that operated on the 5.8 gigahertz band. Had they used a 5.8 gigahertz camera, that would have allowed those of us with the Fat Sharks or Black Pearls a quick and easy alternative to the smartphones and that delayed Wi-Fi connection. I'm sure that with a little bit of time that they could have reworked a camera similar to the VA 1100 micro camera from Spectrum. A factory produced cover could be easily made to protect the antenna. That could have been placed on the top of the Ominus using a simple plug, making the antenna removable and replaceable if the antenna were damaged. However, Dromida did not do that for us, so we're forced to do one of two things. We either live with the model they've produced, or we take all the pieces and parts that are available to us now and we create it ourselves. I'm sure that some of you have already seen in a previous video I did put my VA 1100 on my Ominus right up front. There are many of us who have done this, of course. I'm not the first and I won't be the last. On the other hand, the new Ominus has presented us with some new options that I just might be one of the first to explore. Look for my upcoming videos.